Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's another wonderful Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday, if you must say, if I must add on to myself. Oh, man, I actually just want to just start by saying that praise God, man. Praise God for everything that's been going on. All the high roads I've been able to take, all of the let me just put it like this. These last few weeks have been like a transitioning moment for me. Like this last month has been like maturing, growing, nothing bad, always good. But it's just been one of those moments where I've been put through the trials, and I've been put in some situations where were my fault. I put myself there, and I'm going to get myself out, of course, as well. But it's like I've been transcending lately, if that makes sense. Like I've just been going into a whole new person, a whole new individual. I'm shocked and I'm proud of myself at the same time, like my mental health is something I work on every day. And I'm not going to lie, like this last month has really tested how sane I am. It has really tested that for me, but I have done my best to stay 10 toes down and stay positive, but through it all of it, I've been feeling this, what do you want to call it? I guess for lack of a better way of saying, imagine that I am hatching from my cocoon as a butterfly. You know what I mean? Went in one way, came out the other. And I feel like I'm going through that kind of transition right now in life because I've been handling things a lot different than I normally would. For example, things that would irritate me, piss me off, mess with my temper, make me angry. I don't want to fight about it, argue about it, trip about it. I want to be angry and show aggression typically because I've been wanting to show people they got me messed up. But lately, man, I've been taking this high road that I'm not mad at it. I'm happy I've been taking a high road, but I've been approaching every situation with a much better outlook, with different opportunities to go about them, different ways to go about it. And I'm just proud of myself for sticking through with that and being consistent. Challenges come every day. They come every single day. But what I've learned is it's about how I approach that challenge and what I do to get over it and get through it, right? And I know typically I start the show up by going over my week, but I've been, I want to go over the last few weeks, okay? Because everything that's been happening in the last few weeks, it has to be talked about. Like, first and foremost, the background is probably different to you all, but I will say the last time you see me on the show, I had a hidden motive that day. A hidden motive. Pretty much, I ended up going to find a new place for us. Flat out there. I went to go find a new place for us. Diamond and the kids were completely in the dark about everything. They actually did not know what was going on, when it was going on, how it was happening, none of it. So the way I played that out is I submitted it. Let me just tell you how good God is, man. I submitted an application to an apartment complex And when I first submitted the application, they denied me at first because they said my income didn't meet the standards. But I'm like, I got so many jobs, like my income should be a problem. However, when I submitted my verification, I submitted one bank account, not the other one that shows my other job, direct deposit going in there. So it probably was proof of verification of income that they probably had an issue with. However, I got the denial email and I was like, damn, I was a little down and depressed. I told Diamond about it. At that point, we were looking together. And then once we got that email, we just said, well, we'll wait till next year and we'll try again. But I just heard this little voice in my head that just kept saying, man, call them and see if you can just add the other bank account to show your proof. And if you'll get the place, just call and see. And I feel like that was God just telling me, stop giving up so easily. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. And I did that, man. I called him. I said, hey, like it says income, but I know I make more than enough because I added it up myself. I'm over the qualifications requirements. Can I just resubmit it with the additional bank account to show that I get the income that they require? I got a call back 2 days later, y'all. 2 days later to tell me to come pick up my keys. It was such a blessing. 2 days later, I got a call to tell me, come pick up my keys. It was ready for me to move in. So I got the call. Now at this point, I'm trying to plan a way out to let Diamond and the kids know that I have gotten us a new place without telling them I have gotten us a new place, okay? So at first, I'm just telling my sister lives here. She's the one that gave me the idea and the plug. So shout out to my sister. Thank you, Deshaun. Appreciate you. Love you so much. My sister lives over here. So the idea was to have Diamond come with me to my sister's house to think the girls are getting their hair done. And then instead of us going to my sister's place, we were going to walk into our place where I had pictures and stuff hung up, just to show that we got a new place. Because I couldn't just take everything out the house because then they would know, like, what's going on. Something's up. So I just took a few pictures, things that are around the house that they know belongs to us. And man, Diamond was not going for it. Like she was like giving me issues trying to come. So I'm like, damn, how am I supposed to get this girl to come over here to see that we got a new place? I wanted to surprise her and the kids that I got us a new place. I did it. We have more space. We have better opportunities. We got a washer and a dryer now. You know what I mean? We've been really needing that. We got that now. We got a patio now this way. We got a patio now. Like it's great. We upgraded and we paid less in rent than we did before. Such a blessing. Like, praise God. I appreciate it so much. So here we are now. Diamond's not going for it. So I called my mom. I'm like, how do we get her to come? I need it to be a surprise. Anything I say or do about her just coming over here, it gives it away if I don't have something to go along with it. So we came up with an idea that we said, hey, we're going to make it seem like I got into it with one of the neighbors coming to my sister's house. The police are here. We started fighting. And that if she don't come now, I won't be able to see the kids before they take me to jail. I know it's a bit extreme, but if you know my wife, you know that it wasn't easy to get her to follow commands or requests and actually show up here without it being given away the actual surprise. So we're doing so, she finally showed up and she finally barged into the couch wasn't right there at first. It was actually nothing in here. None of these couches were right here. So when she walked in, I had the camera set up and I was just standing right there where you see the couches at. And I'm just like, hey, welcome home. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, this is ours now. This is where we are going to be residing now from now on out. So in that first week, I ended up getting us a new home. I surprised her and the kids. If you guys want to check it out, I got the video about all of that up on YouTube and TikTok and all of those good places, Facebook as well. But I felt proud of myself for actually being able to put my family in a better position, a better environment that's more spacious, more comfortable, and enough room for everybody. Me, her, and the kids, we got it knocked out. The kids love that they got their own room. We happy that we got our own, you know what I mean? We have our living room back, so we have an actual living room now. Our kitchen table should probably be here within, actually, it might be here today. But it's going to go right there. So it's going to go over there in the kitchen area, So we got a kitchen table coming in. And I'm just excited that we're in this position to be able to be blessed as a whole, as a family. Like, we're not just, hoping and praying no more. Like our prayers have turned into purpose. We have something to go for now. Everyone loves the new place. I'm loving it. I'm loving the new environment. I love the fact that when we come home, or when I come home, everyone's just happy. Everyone's excited about the fact that we have a new place to be in. We've been here for about 2 or 3 weeks now. But it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I'm so happy that, I'm so blessed to be able to be in a position to put my family in a better place, so shout out to them. Am I going to miss that old apartment? I'm going to miss it a lot because what everybody don't understand is I went from sleeping on couches and stuff, being in places where people didn't want me there or their significant others didn't want me there. And I was just struggling, and that was my first apartment where I was back on my feet after falling off. You know what I mean? I finally had a place to stay again, and that was the place I was at. And I cherished it for the 4 years I was there. I cherished it. I loved it. I appreciated every little bit of it, and now we're in a different place, whole different place. But I love that apartment. I do already miss it. I won't lie. I already miss it just because of the fact is that, I really cherished having my own again. I really appreciated that. So that apartment meant a lot to me. When I was down and out and I had nowhere to turn and nowhere to go to, I was able to get that apartment and do what I needed to do. But I'll be honest, that apartment was temporary, like I told myself, until I was able to build up my credit, get my finances back right to a place where I can, have them be in a good place, good situation. All in all, it was just more so of like that was a stepping stone to get to a better place. Even this apartment is a stepping stone to get to a house, hopefully in the next couple of years, right? But all in all, the journey that I go through to get to where I need to be, I appreciate it so much. So that apartment I'll never forget because of, when I didn't have anything, I did have that. You know what I mean? So when I didn't have nowhere to pot the piss in, I had that. So I was happy about that. Shout out to that apartment. It'll be treated well for the next person that stays there. And now we're here. After that, also, my brother, his birthday, Bizzle, may he rest in peace. Actually, I got a new necklace too that got some of his remains in there. Plus, my normal one that I always wear every day. But his birthday was on the 3rd of September. I actually moved in on his birthday. That's the day I moved in, was September the 3rd. 2025 is when I moved in here. His birthday, September the 3rd. So for his birthday, we were going to be doing a little celebration that weekend. Things happened. We had to push it for a couple of weekends because the next weekend, somebody else has something going on. So we finally got to do it this past weekend here. And most people, like the family, got, these little keepsakes I ordered, and Phil will put some of his remains and cremated remains in there. And even my kids have some that they wear, but it was a great because we threw this party for my brother, and there were a couple of my relationships that were mended that night, which is great. You know what I mean? I had some family that probably thought because of some past fallouts that I wanted nothing to do with them, and they found out that night that we have no beef or quarrels at all, and we shook hands, we hugged it out, we talked, we conversated, we did it all. So it was just like, it was great to see everybody come out. We supported each other. We had a great time with each other. Like, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. Nobody acted weird towards each other. Like, we had the dream cards. I don't know if y'all know my cousins off. And to plug them in real quick, some free promo for you, my boy. Next one gonna cost you. It's called Dream Cards, DREAMKARTZ, Dream Cards. If you haven't seen it or seen it around, if you've seen those little cars that look like actual cars but they're gas, that's him. He makes go karts called Dream Carts. He had brought something out that day for the kids to ride around in the park with. So it was pretty cool. If you think about wanting to get you one, please follow him on Instagram, all of that good stuff. Hit him up and let him know that you want to get it. They're affordable if you ask me for what they are. You know what I mean? Most people charge an arm and a leg for something like that. And, he's giving you a good deal. So it's called Dream Cards. Go look them up. Check them out. Hit them up if you want one. You ain't know what they are, go look it up anyway, because I guarantee you still gonna want one. All right. I can guarantee you that. What else was it about Saturday night? Oh, some good food. I had my mama made me some barbecue ribs, beef ribs. She made me some barbecue beef ribs because y'all know I don't eat pork. I ain't had pork in 8 years. And I don't plan on going back. So anytime I eat anything with pork, I get real sick. So if I get real sick after eating something you cook for me, I know why I'm sick, because typically 9 times out of 10, you cook something that got some pork in it. You could have made some dirty rice and forgot you put some sausages in there that was pork instead of beef. No matter what it could have been, you could have made some hot dogs and you thought they was pork franks or beef franks, but they was really pork. Got me sick. So I ain't had it in about 8 years. So my mom always look out for me for that. Shout out to her for that. Food was good. Timing was great. The park was great. Man, everybody got along so well. And I'm just happy about it. My mom went and made some custom-made items for his birthday party celebration. And, because he's been gone he's been gone 13 years. But if you know me, I'm going to be honest with you. This is the 14th birthday that we've celebrated without him, because the first year that he left a month before his birthday. So that was the first year birthday. This is the 14th year birthday that we've celebrated with him. My mom actually she got a little bag of chips made, with his name on there and everything of that nature. Happy birthday to him. You know, it was kind of cool. The back is just a regular one, but she had these custom made. She even did Kool-Aid jammers, and then the back of the Kool-Aid jammers are showing the same thing. You know, it was a pretty cool thing to see that she went as far as to getting stuff like this made for it, because we always make like, you know, we always do the bracelets here. Let me grab that real quick. We always tend to do the bracelets, you know, which is like, you know, every year or 5, 10 years or in the celebration, we'll make them. But this year, mom did something a little different. She got chips and Capri Suns made, which I thought was pretty dope. And we all got shirts made. You know what I mean? Family pictures coming up soon about that. I'm telling y'all now. I really, really appreciate that too. But all in all, man, it's just been one heck of a journey in these last few weeks of just keeping my faith strong. You know, every single time that I feel like I've accomplished something, something just seems to try to be pulling me back down to hell. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word. And of course, you know me, man, it can't, because I'm gonna always have my Bible with me. I'm always gonna be praying and, you know, staying strong and making sure God is right there behind me. Like they say, he only give you what you can handle. He can give you more than what you can handle. My faith has been tested. I wouldn't say more than ever, because my faith was tested more than ever when I lost my brother. You know, quick backstory on that, man. I lost my brother, like I told y'all, 2012 is when I lost my brother, August 12th, 2012. And at that point, man, I'm just looking at God like, I got questions. I need answers, and you need to give them to me. You got to give them to me. Regardless of that, you know, I was going through a journey for the first 7 years of my brother's passing, because I had questions for God. We wasn't on the best terms. Our relationship was kind of finicky. We had to finagle the bagel a little bit with that. And my question just wasn't getting answered in the way that I wanted them to, you know, to be so honest with you. So I was just kind of like, man, I need to figure out what's going on. And one year, man, y'all, like, oh God, I looked up the size of a mustard seed, because I couldn't imagine. Everybody say you need the faith of a mustard seed. I'm like, how big is this thing? Because I'm tired of hearing about that, and I need to know. Everybody keeps saying that to me, and I'm like, how big is a mustard seed? And it was that little old bitty thing, man, right there, man. I was like, I got that for sure, no problem. And ever since then, my faith just kind of everything just started falling into place. My faith went right back up to where it needed to be, and it reminded me that regardless of what I'm going through, what I may be feeling or going through, man, just to understand that Jesus and God, they got my back. You know what I mean? Like, they here with me, 10 toes down. They take every step I take right with me, you know, so I appreciate that. But lately, it's like, again, everything was coming to a point where I felt like, man, oh my goodness, like, what, God, did I not go to church this Sunday? Like, Jesus, did I use your name in vain? You know, I had so many questions and thoughts about everything. I'm like, what is going on? What's the problem? But like they say, you know, tough times don't last. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. And that's where I got with it. I'm like, you know what, man? I feel like this is all just a test. It's a test. I was at the mini golf job, and let me tell you how good God. I was at the mini golf job, and my legs were just feeling weak. I'm like, maybe I'm just tired. Maybe you're just tired. Maybe you're just ready to go to sleep. You ain't got enough rest. Maybe that's what the case is. So I'm like, dang, God, what are you telling me? Are you just telling me I need to get down and pray? Do I need to get on my knees and pray to you about everything going on? And I kid you not, man, I got down and I prayed. I asked for help. I asked for direction. I asked for strength. I asked for guidance. All of it. You know what I mean? And the minute I got back up, my legs felt perfectly fine. I felt like I could run a marathon after that. I was like, well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I came home later on that night, and I went out to this balcony, man. And I was sitting out there thinking again, because everything heavy on my mind. I'm like, what's going on, man? I'm scrolling. The first video I see is, didn't God tell you to stop worrying already? Didn't he tell you he got you? What you stressing for? Let it go. You good. And I'm just like, damn. Like, reminders are in there daily. I'm not even asking for it, but they show up and pop up for me. You know, they pop up like an absentee father, you know, when you don't know when it's going to pop up, but it pop up sometimes. You know, and I'll make my jokes all day long about that, because I've done my healing for it. So I can make those jokes. I have the right to make those jokes. So yeah, man, these last few weeks have just been testing my faith and testing everything about me. Have I let that stop me from going to church? Not at all. I go to church every Sunday. I do what I got to do. I take care of everything I have to take care of, you know. The kids love going to church. You know, they do what they have to do. They do kids church sometimes. It's so funny, because if you ever hear them in the room, Terrence will be saying something, they'll be like, yeah, and the church say amen. And you hear the kids say amen. And, you know, so it's nice to know that my children have that belief in them too, so they know that God got their back too. You know, like, we listen to songs. Our favorite gospel artist right now is Pastor Mike Jr. Give you credit where you got it. My kids be turned off your songs, man. Whether it's blessed by God showing out, whatever it is, bro. Amen. My kids are literally, they get hype off of every song you got. So I appreciate you for that. Pastor Mike Jr. Got to definitely keep them in the game for it. I give them other artists to listen to too, to show them that it's other people that can kind of do the same thing and keep the word alive. They can enjoy their music. They like their daddy. They love music. So nothing to say bad against that. Nothing to say bad against that altogether. But yeah, but man, so like, so here I am now in today, and I'm just sitting there like, what's next? What's gonna come next? Why? I ain't worried about it. God got me. It's all good. We good. We got it taken care of. I'll be honest though, we probably don't pray as much as we should as men. We probably don't seek out the Lord as much as we should. And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching to you. I am a pastor. All right. I am a Pastor Thomas. I am a pastor, but I'm not trying to sound like I'm preaching to nobody, but I'll just be honest, man. These battles that we face, these mental battles that we face sometimes, they're probably so hard because we don't understand that we got God behind us to help us with that too. We can talk to God. I tell everybody all the time, like, I talk to God and he talk back. I'm not saying it's a direct line. I got a direct line, but that communication, it's not like he talk back like y'all do, like y'all think he do. I can say something to him and he'll show me the next minute what I was talking about. I have those conversations. I pray to him. I do it more than ever now. You know what I mean? Because I realized that this entire time I've been trying to do it alone. That's my fault. If you think that you meant to sit here and do it all without God's help, without Jesus' help, bro, I don't know what to tell you, because you can't. You can't. I want to be living proof to show you that you're going to have to put the work in and meet them halfway. You got to meet Jesus and God halfway. Otherwise, what are you doing? You want them to help you with something that you ain't trying to work on yourself? Come on, man. My mental has been the worst of the worst, I would say to myself. The worst of the worst. But even with that going on, man, as long as I feel like that they got me, they taking care of me, they looking out for me, man, I'm not here to worry about it or to talk about it. I kind of just go about my day-to-day life. You know what I mean? Work is always going to be work at the end of the day. I'm going to have a challenge at any job I go to at the end of the day. What I love about it is when I have a challenge I need to go through, I'm surrounded by people that support me. They care enough to be like, you know what, this is what you need to do to make it better, or this is what you need to do to improve, or this is how you can make that better if you go about it this way. I love having that because, yeah, I'm not saying that it's supposed to go my way all the time. It's not going to go your way all the time. And a part of growth is learning things that you're uncomfortable with, for one. Like, there are some things at work that I'm very uncomfortable with, but if I want to grow, I'm going to get comfortable with it real fast. Real fast. I didn't think I'd be in the funeral industry, and yet here I am. I never thought I'd be at doing anything with mini golf, but here I am. I never thought I'd be officiating weddings, but here I am. You know what I mean? I'm doing everything I never thought I would or could do. A year ago today, I never thought I'd be able to make it out the country. A year ago today, I was headed out to London. Living my best life, headed out to London. I was happy about that. You know what I mean? Things that you never think are possible, bro, if you just put your faith and your trust and your belief in the right place, in the right hands, you'll see it come true. You'll see it happen. I kid you not. You will see it happen, and you'll be so shocked that it is happening. You'll be like, dang, really? Like, it's going on, it's happening for me? For me? So I'm just saying, man, like, we may have all of these tough things going on, and as much as I've been through in the last 3 weeks, when I tell you it's been a lot, it's been rough. But as much as I've been in the last 3 weeks, man, I have still been able to keep my head held high. Chin up, chest out. You know what I mean? And I say that because I still handle my mental as well as my responsibilities, even though your mental is your responsibility. But I mean, like, I can take care of life and still deal with what's going on in here. I have no problem doing that. Like, the more I was trying to avoid dealing with my mental and my issues and the process and the what do you want to call them, the headaches, man, I was just causing myself more pain, more issues, more trauma. But I kid you not, I start doing all of that and take care of everything, and now look at me, man. I'm feeling like I'm back and I'm better. I'm better than ever. Even with things going on in the background, I'm looking at it like, oh, you'll get handled. I'm going to take care of you. It is what it is. I'm not going to stress about something I can't change right now. I'm not doing that no more. I can't afford to. I can't afford to do that. I stopped stressing about the fact that my mental wasn't right, and I went to get help for it. I went to go get therapy. I went to counseling. I've talked to friends, families, people that can give me good direction and advice. I tell people this all the time, man. Like, I may look well put together, but I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. You know what I mean? For the most part. I say that because growing up, I didn't have a father, so there was no father there to teach me and show me things. I didn't have proper direction. You know, my mom worked all the time, so I didn't really have nobody around to show me what needed to be done. No really male perspective. So growing up in life, man, I only knew how to survive. I only knew how to figure it out. You know what I mean? I became an adult and I knew nothing about life, but I Googled everything. I YouTubed everything. When it came to me getting a license and stuff, I Googled and YouTubed on what I needed to do. When it came to me changing my first tire, I sat on the road one day after when my car was busted and I figured it out on YouTube on how to change a tire. Like when it came to changing my oil, I went to YouTube and Googled it to find out how to change my oil. When it come to me finding any kind of direction in life, I didn't have nobody to go to but the goddamn internet. So I'm not mad at the internet because it helped me be the man I am today. I learned how to tie my tie from the internet. I learned how to tie my shoe. Well, my shoes, I ain't gonna say that. You know, I'm going a little too far. But 90% of everything I know how to do, I learned from YouTube. I learned from Google. I learned from the internet. Editing videos for the family, stuff like that. I learned everything about my life. I had to build from the ground up, bro. Like I had no direction, no help with nothing. Nothing. And instead of me turning to the streets and being a thug and being, you know, the stereotype that they want me to be so bad, I became a decent young man. You know what I mean? I became a family man. I'm married with 4 children, 4 beautiful children to my wife. You know what I mean? I go to work and I work 2 jobs, you know, daily. I don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Like I take care of bills and responsibilities on a daily. I try to stay out of trouble as much as I can. Look at my criminal record. I ain't got no criminal history. Look at my background. I made sure I stayed on top of my shit. Even with everything going on in life, when I had nowhere to go, nothing to go to, no direction to come to, I did what I had to do. You can help and guidance. You're not in the world alone. You can always ask a solid man around you for help or guidance. You're not in this world alone. You know what? I will be completely honest about this. For the first time in my life, I actually do feel like there are a couple of men that I can go to for genuine advice and direction, and I can get that from them. I kid you not. It is new to me. It is completely new to me. And I may not have the best way and the correct way and the right way to ask for help when I do need it, but I'm learning. I am learning so much on doing better with that. Because I genuinely now at my age, I genuinely have men that I can go to for directions. To get things done. Before you make decisions, ask someone or your senior for help. You know what? Yeah, honestly, what I am learning now, honestly, is that even though I may think that I'm taking the best route or I'm trying to just help out or do something that's beneficial for people around me, I realize that sometimes that's not the case. And there may be another way to go about it than what I thought there was. And again, I know that comes from my trauma as a child, you know, not having nobody around, not having the direction. But every day now I'm learning to do better with that, to get that guidance and get that direction, because I tell you, like, it's a different feeling knowing somebody got your back, but actually knowing they got your back. You know what I mean? Like, throughout my life, I always felt like I got my back. So I'm looking over my back, like, what's going on? I got my back. And then now recently in the last year and a half, 2 years, what you want to call it, I have people around me that genuinely can give me the right direction, can genuinely give me the right guidance, can give me the right help. And there may be some help that I need and I still don't know how to ask for. And I you know, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. I may have thought I asked and I probably didn't ask the right way, but I'm trying. You know what I mean? I'm working on it every single day. But what I will say is that appreciate anyone that will sit up there and take the time out of their day to try to put you in a better position. That could be mentally, physically, financially, whatever the case may be. You need to really sit down and look at that person and appreciate everything they're doing. Because some people will look at you and just say, oh, you don't know what it is? Figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll take care of it. You'll get done with it. That's why I tell people I used to hate being called resilient. Like, I get it on one hand. It's like you telling me I can always get up and get something done or I'll always bounce back. But on one hand, it's also you telling me, you compliment me on how well I could take a punch, you know? It's just a different kind of feeling with that word sometimes with me. I guess it depends on the context it's said in, on how it's said. But I'm working on letting that go because that's a personal issue I have to figure out. That's not nobody else's, you know? But I will say that, you know, with everything being the way it is, I'm new to asking for help. But that don't mean I'm not trying. That don't mean I won't get better at it. I won't be better at it. I really will. I'll get to a point where it'll be so much easier to ask for help. And for y'all that think that help is just somebody helping you out financially or doing something for you, that ain't it, man. People can give you some advice that you never knew even existed. Never even knew existed. Like, you can get advice from somebody to let you know, like, hey, look, I know you probably didn't have help all around, but look around, man. Look at your support system now. You got it. You just got to open your eyes. You know what I mean? Crazy to hear, right? But it's serious. That's how it goes sometimes. Somebody will have to sit up there and let it be known to you that you got help and you got support. You just got to ask for it. That's it. You just got to ask for it. And no matter how dark things may seem, no matter how bad they seem they may be going, man, I'm telling you, just do your best to keep your head up until you get through it. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it, because I swear this too shall pass. I'm so serious. This too shall pass. I don't care what anybody tells you. If you do whatever you can to do the right thing, you can do the right thing. Can you go watch TV for me? Bring me your cup. Sorry, y'all. I'm on daddy duties a little bit. He was supposed to be in the room watching Spider-Man while I was getting myself taken care of. But I guess he wanted something. But again, on a serious note, you can always think of a brighter future or think of the troubled times going away. But most of the time, you're going to have, it's no more, son. You're going to have to actually put the work in. You're going to have to actually understand that you got to dig a little deeper sometimes to get where you need to be. You may have to let go of some things you didn't want to let go of. You may be bothered by some things that you don't longer, or you may have to let go of some things that bother you, you know, and you don't want to let it go, but in all fairness, what is holding on to it do for you? Here's my response to that. It's the same thing as drinking poison, but expecting the other person to die. But you drank the poison. So I don't think that is what you're looking for. I don't think that is what's needed or what's going on. So, yes, we may go through some tough and troubled times, but us staying in those troubled times and being around it all the time, I think that's completely, self-made. Like, you would choose to stay there and be there, because I'm telling you, man, I used to feel like most things were out to get me and it was just to attack me directly. But I realized that if I'm driving down the road, you know what I mean? I'm driving down the road, and if I'm driving and I see the car still driving there and I go over into their lane, I chose to hit that car. I chose to. Because what I would have done is waited a little bit, let them speed up, and then got behind them and got over in that lane. That's what I would have done. You know what I mean? For lack of in all honesty. But to sit here and make it seem like, oh no, everybody else is doing me bad and nobody's doing what they need to be doing for me. No, that's not the case. The simple thing is that there are things I need to do and take care of if I want to have change, if I want it to be better, right? I cannot sit up here and expect change and expect better things to happen if I'm not putting in the work myself. If I'm sitting here every day telling y'all, yeah, man, I'll go ahead and I'll do this, I'll do that, just give me a minute. Eventually, y'all gonna be like, I'm done giving you minutes. You done had your time, you done had your share. I don't know what to tell you, big dog. It is what it is. You can go on about your day, because I ain't doing it no more. I ain't listening to you no more. It is what it is. So the proper change we want, man, we have to work on those things and have progress. We got to take steps forward. We got to stop sitting in the same place. We got to move forward, even if it's a half a step, a full step, a baby step. Just try to take some kind of step to get it taken care of, because I kid you not, the more you try to sit up here and avoid like this. I used to tell Diamond she was Miss Run from Responsibility because of accountability, right? And she used to have this thing about, she would get defensive. I say, here's the thing about when you get defensive. You'll get defensive when I ask you to take accountability over something, because I'm just showing you where you could have went right with it, or what you can do to just make it better. I was like, the thing is, like, if you, for example, I get very defensive sometimes. And like, if somebody tells me to take accountability, right? And it's like, okay, I did that though. So let me explain to you that I did that. And I get defensive because you're trying to tell me to do something that I already did, you know? So, and I've been working on that lately too, because, you know, people are just not going to hear you out sometimes. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. But ultimately, I try to explain with her, it's like, accountability is a sense of relief. When you practice it more, the better it becomes, the easier it becomes. So you realize that it'll be easier to take accountability to get through something than to keep arguing about it. Because let's say, for instance, if I was like, hey, Diamond, like I came home and the blinds are messed up. What's going on? We just moved in here. And if you fight me on the blinds and say, oh, they were messed up, we're going to argue about it. But if you just like, oh, you know what? I didn't know the blinds were messed up. Maybe we could just go get some more. And if you don't mind replacing it for me, I'll go buy the blinds so we can replace it. Now it's like, oh, you understood that something was messed up. We had a conversation about it and we're going to fix it. We done. Conversation over. We can go on about our lives. But when you go in there, you want to argue instead. It's more so of we're going to sit here having issues with each other and beef. Nothing's going to get resolved. Blinds still going to be broke. And now we mad at each other. It's not that deep. It's not that deep at all. So sometimes we have to look at ourselves and say, you know what? You are keeping yourself here in this situation because you don't want to do what you need to do to change it. Who are you going to get mad at for that? I'll tell you right now, nobody. You can't. And understand that you have to just do what you do. You don't want to sit up there and take accountability? Hey, cool. Don't do it. Don't take accountability. Don't work on it. Don't do anything about it. But when you sit there and figure out that you're in the same place, you know why. You put yourself in that same place. Because regardless of anything going on, if you would have made a different choice or went about it a different way, you wouldn't be in the situation like you are now. But the fact that you are in a situation, and instead of you just being like, you know what, I did this to put myself here, so I'll get myself out. It's going to be an issue and a problem, you know? Is everybody going to act like that? Everybody going to be like that? Not so much. Not really. What most people are going to do is they're going to possibly just find a way to, I don't know. You know what? Let me not talk for everybody because I don't know how everybody's going to act. But I can tell you this much, that when you start really wanting to work on things and getting things taken care of, that's when you'll start to see the real change that you were looking for the entire time. Can you go watch TV, please? And that's when you will finally get exactly what you need. Or I wouldn't say exactly what you need, but that's when you'll start seeing the progress that you need. It's not easy to accommodate the change. And I understand that it's not easy to accommodate the change. What is easy, though, is learning that there has to be change, regardless. We change and grow every single day in life, and that's just the reality that we should face. Simple as that. Maturing, you're going to mature at your own pace. Some mature at an early age, some at a much later age, but you're going to mature at your own pace. But all in all, man, it's just like, don't let everything that's taking you, pulling you down, keep you there. Find a way, find an outlet for you to do better with it. Again, me personally, man, I can't say, I'm not telling y'all that I got the best life, man. I'm not telling you I got the best support system. I'm not telling you I got the best job, the best career. I'm not telling you none of that. What I'm telling you is that in my position, I have learned to make the best choices. And I'm learning to actually go to somebody else if those choices seem to be a little iffy to me. Or just to get a second opinion just because I need it. What I'm learning is that we don't always have the right intentions or best intentions like we think we do. We may want to go about it the best or right way, but sometimes we may go about it the wrong way. Reach out for help. Ask for help. You see me telling you that it's hard for me to ask for help, but I'm working on it and I've been doing it and I'm practicing and I'm trying. That's letting you know that it's not easy. I know it's not. I'm in the middle of it. I know it's not. But I'm still willing to at least try to make it better and get better at it. Rome was not built in a day. It was not. So there's nothing that I'm going to be able to do that's going to be happening in a day. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and be able to ask for help right out the gate. It's not going to happen. But I bet you by this time next year, I'll be a pro at it. I'll be a pro at it. You know why I say that? Because I want to put the practice and the effort in to do what I have to do to get there. Because I want to get there. I want to be there. I want to do better. I want to be better. I've got tired of making excuses. You know what I say is you can either make excuses or adjustments, not both. They don't mix. It's one or the other. One or the other. No crossing swords. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So what? You got to admit to something that you did, or you got to admit to some things that make you uncomfortable. Okay, do it and watch how much better you feel. So what? You got to tell somebody that they was right over you and they knew what they was talking about. Okay, do it. Watch how much better you feel. It doesn't matter for y'all. Oh, I don't want nobody to throw it. If they throwing it in your face, bro, that's a problem. They don't need to be around them as company. But I guarantee you, if you're going around somebody and you are growing and maturing as a person, as an individual, y'all can have a fallout every day, but it ain't gonna matter about nothing. It ain't gonna matter about nothing. Now, I got a few jobs. I have a coworker that we probably get into it once a week. But guess what? That next day we see each other, we smile and laugh and joking around again. All the time. All the time. Now y'all got to differentiate what job I'm talking about, because I'm not giving that away. But I just want y'all to know, regardless of that, ain't nobody sitting here thinking about, oh man, I don't want to talk to that coworker no more. I'm gonna go into work and avoid them. Like, no, bro, like things happen, but we communicate and we get to throw it together. We talk it out. It is what it is. We talk it out. We're adults. We all are adults. If you can't go to a friend, family member, a spouse, significant other, a boss, whatever the case may be, if you cannot go to them and talk out your situations, you don't need to be around them no more. You don't need to be around them. You don't need to be at their job probably. You don't need to do nothing. You need to just go ahead and you need to put yourself in a whole different environment. As simple as that. Because I kid you not, if you are an adult, I guarantee you one thing that's going to be easy for you to learn is conflict resolution. Sometimes you're going to have to go to be like, you know what, man? Damn. I had told you that we can do this, and I did it anyway. And instead of it being an issue, it got me in trouble. I'm sorry that I got y'all dragged into this. I will try not to do that again in the future and listen to y'all. Simple communication skills like that will get you so much farther than being like, oh, no, man, that was all on you. You should have never did it. If you would have never, he would have never, you would have. It ain't. Come on now. What are we doing? We still in middle school, high school, elementary? No. We're out of school. We're in the school of life. You know what I mean? School of life. That's what we're doing. That's what's going on right now. So all in all, I just want everybody to do a little better job at understanding that regardless of the situations, regardless of what's happening and what the task may be, I need y'all to understand that sometimes you have to put the work in to get to where you want to go. You have to put the work in. You may not want to because you think it's hard, but the more you do it, the easier it'll become, the less work it is, the less stressful it is, and you're good to go. No problem. But please, 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 for the life of me, we have to come to a place where we stop blaming everybody else for our actions and just understand that sometimes we're in these situations because we put ourselves there. We just are, right? No matter what the situation may be, we put ourselves there. And the more we can understand that and practice that, it'll be a lot better for us in life. The more we can ask for help and reach out and say, hey, I just need some kind of help, something. I don't know how to ask for it, but I need help. Even that'll be something. Just do it. Just do it. Our mentals are they're so important, and not catering to them and taking care of them is such a disservice to yourself. Don't do that. Don't do it at all. Please do what you can to just make it easier, make it better. Here I am a few weeks later after everything's happening, in a new place with my family, praising God and being appreciative of what I do have and what's going on with me. No matter what is on the other side of that door that I got to walk through later, I'm going to take care of it and take it to the chin. It is what it is. And I'm just saying, learn to be more appreciative of the things we do have now, because what you take for granted, somebody else won't. Somebody else won't. All in all, I just want y'all to remember, man, stay blessed. Please, fellas. Like I tell y'all, man, sometimes if I feel like I can't talk to nobody at all, I can talk to God. I can talk to Jesus. I get that conversation going. Just try to do something. Try to do better. Try to be better than yesterday. Try to make those decisions the decisions that made you angry yesterday, try to make them better today or tomorrow. Because it will. You'll see it. You'll see the actual outcome, all in all. But you know me, I can only come and tell y'all and give y'all a live view of what it looks like to struggle with that kind of thing as a man in life. And it's up to you on whether you take that advice and run with it. And again, my advice may not work for you, but I say it because it may be something around there and that can help you or one person out. My door is always open. If you want to talk, man, conversate, or find out where we can get resources from, please call me. I try to do my best to keep a pocket full of resources for anybody that's in need, There was this one guy that, he ended up going to jail, and I gave my number, and I'm glad he remembered it. I gave my number when he went, and, he pulled over on the side. I just hear him screaming. I just talked to the cops. We'll be talking for like 2-3 minutes, gave my number. The man called me and telling me he just want help, man. That's it. He just wants some help. So what I'm gonna do when he get released, I'm gonna tell him, call me before you. I'll be there when you release with applications for food stamps. You can get your Medicaid and your food stamps. You can get your ID or license waivers to get stuff like that. Help you with the housing situation for right now. Like what y'all don't realize is if you are homeless out here in these streets, you got so much help, so many resources to get it done. If you don't know where to go with it or what to do with it, call me, write me, message me, anything. I'll help you. I'll point you in the right direction if I don't know where to go myself. Right? I'll at least tell you who to go to next that can give you the right advice. That's all I'm saying. I love everybody and I want everybody to do better and be better. As just simple as it is. So when I see people that take me up on my word and they hold up their end of the bargain, you damn right I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna hit the ground running for you like you was my own flesh and blood because you won't help and you came to me and I told you I'll help you. And if I can't, I'll let it be known. Hey, I can't help you, but look, you can go do this to try to get the help anyway instead. Anyway. I appreciate y'all coming out to listen to me again for yet another week, another Wednesday. Thank y'all so much for listening to me. Shout out, because I'm here on the hottest. If y'all know, I'm here on the hottest radio station on the planet. Look, because you can go over and look up. Oh, there we go. Boom. Hot 702.5 FM. I'm here every Wednesday at 4 p.m. I want to thank y'all so much for checking out with me. It's your boy, Juss Quanni. I'll catch y'all next week. Peace, love, and head grease. I'll see y'all next week.